Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Visordown. My name is Toad, and today we are at glorious Silverstone for a Ducati UK Trackday. This video that we're doing is a little bit of a follow-up to the road test that we did of the Monster SP a little bit earlier on this year, because we rode it on the road, went through all the specs, all the tech details, all the pricing. But because it's the SP, it's kind of got that little bit of kudos there. It's got a bit more trackability, should I say, than the standard Monster. So I did want to bring it out. I did want to ride it around Silverstone, and thankfully Ducati gave me a call and invited me along to have a little play on it today, which has been absolutely awesome. I'm not going to go through everything that I went through in the previous video, so if you're looking to find out a bit more of an in-depth rundown of what the new Monster SP is and how much it is and all that good stuff, get yourself over to the Visordown YouTube channel and check out that video review that we did at the road test. This is purely going to be about the track riding. So what have we done on it? Well, we've had about 5 sessions. I think I've got one more session left, and it has been an absolute hoot. I've been riding in the advanced group, so I've been in a group with a load of people on Panigale V4s and Streetfighter V4s, some guys out there on Multistrada Pikes Peak editions, and a few sort of older model Ducatis 1098s and 1198s, and a few Trackday bikes as well, which has been awesome fun. The one thing that I'm going to say is this, I thought I was going to be a rolling roadblock in the advanced group. I thought I was going to be the person that was getting in the way at every corner. And yeah, the bigger bikes do come past you down the straights, but you can brake so phenomenally late on this thing that you can actually repass people into some of the slower corners, because you can brake so much later, you can carry that braking all the way into the corner. And then because you're so nimble and you're so light over the more tight and tricky sections, especially over the back by the wing pits just before you come onto the new Formula 1 start-finish straight, you can kind of get a little bit of a gap again. And then you've got the other section onto the Wellington Straight, which is quite tight and twisty, and the late braking really comes into its own there. And you can actually start to pull enough of a gap that over a lap you can actually get away from some of the bigger bikes around this Silverstone GP circuit. So I did the first session this morning, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I dialed down the traction control quite a lot. And went out for the first session, did our sighting laps, and then got into the session. Everything was going absolutely fine. And then it was about 2 laps before the end of the session, came through the final corner of the Luffield section onto the bike start finish straight here at Silverstone. And I had the biggest moment that I've ever had on a motorcycle on track. The thing slid at the back, nearly high-sided me. I ended up sat on the tank, feet off the pegs. My head was basically over the headlight of the bike. I was in an absolute mess. Luckily enough, I didn't crash it, but I got so close to crashing it that the tilt sensor of the bike got triggered, and the bike thought it had had a crash, so then proceeded to make me do a full lap of the Silverstone circuit in limp mode. It was pretty quiet at that point in the session. A few people had come in, so I was just making sure I was well out of the way. But yeah, after that I dialed up the traction control a little bit more and never had a problem with that absolutely at all. I would say, and this is not just because of that moment, but because of just the feel on under braking and under acceleration, especially as the sessions have been wearing on and we've been doing more and more and more. If you do a track day once in a blue moon, you might do 1 or 2 a year. These Pirelli Rosso Corsa 4s that are fitted to the bike as standard, they would absolutely do you for a couple of track days a year. You're never really going to have a problem with them, and they're such a fantastic road tyre that you're saving yourself a huge sum of money by not having to go out and buy a specific Super Corsa SP or something a little bit more racy and sticky. If you are quite an avid track dayer and you're looking at the Monster SP and you're thinking about maybe doing quite a few track days, it might be worth upgrading the rubber or just swapping out just before you actually go down to the track, because as the sessions wear on especially, there's so many long corners here that where you're just on the side of the tyre for a long time, and you can just you upset the tyre a bit. You can stress it a little bit, and that's when you have these moments and you have the little squirms, and under braking you get a little bit of a sort of wiggle from the front end as the front end's just trying to find the grip. Other than that though, what a day. I think the biggest compliment that I can pay to this bike is everybody knows how much I love the Panigale V4. As a track machine, it is just the best to ride on track. You can just get on it, you can go fast. It's, you know, the electronics in the recent updates of the Panigale have made it so easy to ride compared to the previous generations. There's been Panigale sat in the garage all day and I haven't touched them. All I've done is just keep on going out on this and going out on this. And I kept getting off with them. I could have gone out on a Streetfighter V4, could have gone out on a couple of Panigales. But I'm having so much fun on this. And it's just, it comes down to the fact that, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, when you've got a motorcycle that you can get closer to the bike's limit and you can, you know, you can unlock almost all of its potential because there's still a bit left in it. It's just such a rewarding experience, especially on a circuit like Silverstone, because the surface is good, the corners are amazing, and you've got so much room. You can take whatever line you want. So it has been an absolute hoot. I've got to say a big thank you to Ducati for inviting me along. This was a little bit of a last minute one, but I'm really, really glad they did. And I'm glad we got to investigate and explore the trackability of the little Monster SP, because it was great on road and it is just as much fun once you take it to a circuit. Anyway, I am Toad, you are watching Visordown, and don't forget, if you've liked this video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of our latest videos. And for all the latest news, reviews and motorcycle features, get over to visordown.com. Cheers folks.